It's Corona time. Hey, it's Corona time right now.
Alright, aside from funny TikToks, this is a serious issue. I don't think coronavirus is funny. In this video, we're going to talk about the recent coronavirus news that has been affecting the markets, and also we're going to dive into the trading app problems that have been happening in the United States as well as here in Canada. By the way, also, if you're on TikTok, make sure to give me a follow there. I'm having a lot of fun making videos on TikTok. I honestly thought it was going to be for kids and it was going to be really stupid when I signed up, but I'm having a lot of fun creating videos there. So make sure you go follow me as well. I weirdly enough had a video kind of go viral there, so make sure you go see it and check it out and let me know what you think. But it's certainly growing on me, and this is coming from a 26-year-old as well. Anyways, let's get into the video. So coronavirus is starting to spread faster and faster, and we've even had our first death in the United States. I don't know if there's been any deaths in Canada, but certainly the cases are starting to increase as well. So in North America, the cases are going up. In even places in Italy, we've already started to see mass amounts of coronavirus cases starting to spread. All of this, as well as Chinese exporting, has been affected heavily, meaning that the stock market is starting to panic and investors are starting to get really scared. I also believe that I saw somewhere that Americans are actually buying less Corona beer for some reason. I'm not really sure why that is, and now I really think times like this where the market has fallen about over 10% gives investors a time to really look at their portfolio closely. And this is what I mean by this. I think it's important for people to look at their asset allocation, which is the pretty much stock to bond ratio that you have, and make sure that you're going to be able to handle possible downturns in the future. Now, I'm not saying this is the recession coming with the coronavirus and this is the 50% drop we're going to see, but I think it's important to note that if you're a new investor and you've never been through a market crash, do you really know how you're going to react? Do you really know what it feels like to be down 50% in your portfolio? I myself have never been through a market crash, so I don't really know how I would react. I'd like to think that I'd have like balls of steel or something like that, but to be honest, I really don't know. I'm a huge advocate for stick to your plan, stay the course, keep investing even if markets go down. But at the end of the day, I've never been through it. I've never been through a situation where markets could fall a lot. And so it really made me look at my own portfolio and to make sure I was comfortable with stuff that's coming up in the next few months or even the next 12, 24 months in my own personal life. You can also always count on the news and media to create those very clickable headlines that sell fear. Because if you don't know, fear and greed sell very well. So this is why they kind of create those headlines. Now, I personally haven't made any major changes to my portfolio, but it really just made me look at everything I have all together and just really think about if something were to happen, how would I feel? How would I react? Another key is to make sure that you have 3 to 6 months of emergency expenses kind of locked away in case you need it. And I actually made a video on this in the past, the 7 money steps to financial freedom, which I'll be able to link down below for you guys if you haven't seen that yet. So that is always the first step that you want to take care of before you start investing. And also, I just want to pose a question to anyone watching this video who is, let's say, maybe in 100% stocks and they have 0 bonds. If you're a new investor, and whatever money you have invested, just be sure that you can handle the fluctuations and the big movements of the market, especially at times like this where there's a pandemic spreading in the world. The world is so connected, especially right now with the internet, so markets are able to react extremely quickly. Another thing you could actually do is take Vanguard's risk assessment test, which I can link down below as well. It's good to do this once in a while, I believe, just to go through this quiz, make sure that everything is accurate for you right now in this moment. Maybe you haven't done it in a few years, maybe life has changed a little bit, so I think it's important to go through these questions once in a while and make sure everything is okay. The other topic of the video are the trade app problems that have been happening in the United States and in Canada. So I'm sure if you guys follow the big channels in the United States like Graham Stephan and Andre Jick, they have been posting about the Robinhood crash that happened a few days ago where the app actually was completely down for 2 whole days. And this happened when the market actually corrected and went back up after the big correction, which means that if you had the Robinhood app and you wanted to invest at that time, you couldn't log in and buy shares. You just couldn't. Luckily, that hasn't really happened in Canada with Wealthsimple Trade or Questrade from what I've seen, but there has been a problem with the Wealthsimple Trade app. Users have actually been reporting that account balances are not accurate and they're a little bit off. And some people are actually claiming that this is affecting their trade confirmations or the actual orders they're placing. Now, I personally haven't had any problems with the Wealthsimple Trade app. It's been fine for me. In fact, actually, Wealthsimple just announced that they fixed that problem. So if you go to their backend status page, you can see that everything should be fine by now. So they were pretty quick to fix that problem. What's actually also really interesting is Wealthsimple wrote an article not too long ago about how when the Tesla stock was going crazy, they saw an abnormal amount of activity and users log into the app and specifically trade the Tesla stock. So you can see that the FOMO was real. And I'm sure they're doing whatever it takes to make sure that as people kind of join the platform, they'll be able to handle stuff like this and hopefully not have a Robinhood type scenario that happened earlier in the week. So if you're interested in seeing that article, I'll post it down below for you to take a look at. Now, overall, I still really do recommend Wealthsimple Trade if you're willing to purchase your own investments. Let's say you've learned enough and you're comfortable doing it. If you guys are interested in using Wealthsimple Trade, if you deposit and trade $100, you'll get a free $5, and I will also get a free $5 just so you know. If you click the link below, it does help support the channel, so I'd really appreciate it. But other than that, I guess I just want to end this video off by saying stick to your plan, stick to your investment strategy. Make sure that you have the appropriate risk profile that's accurate at this very moment. So look at, personal things that you have coming up and make sure everything is well aligned. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do with your portfolio. If you do want to speak to a professional, look for fee-only advisors or experts. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm just some guy on the internet here. So don't take my words as saying change your portfolio. I'm just saying make sure that you have an appropriate risk profile to match where you are right now. But other than that, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. And of course, if you're interested in learning more about growing your wealth, becoming smarter about money, and also working remotely and on your own terms, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And until the next one, guys, take care.